La, 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 la. Oh my god. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kanye. For those of you who are new, welcome to the channel, and for those of you who are coming back to watch another video, thank you so much for tuning back in. In today's video, I'm filming a assumptions video. I saw videos about assumptions. They were going all around on YouTube, and people were actually doing assumptions about themselves. So I don't think I'm that interesting. I don't think people have assumptions about me, but I believe that people do have assumptions about flight attendants, cabin crew. Luckily for you, I'm a cabin crew. So I'm going to be doing a list of questions, a list of assumptions that people have about cabin crew, flight attendants, and I will be giving some clarity on that, whether or not it is true or yeah. So if you're interested in finding out more about the assumptions and whether or not they're true or not, please stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Share the video with your friends and family so that tomorrow when you travel, or when your friend travels, when your friend travels, they know exactly how to behave in the aircraft, and they give a little bit more respect to flight attendants. Without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so I got a bunch of assumptions off of the internet and I wrote them down. And the first assumption is all male flight attendants are gay. Well, most of them are gay, but not all of them. I know flight attendants that have girlfriends. Some of them are married, some of them are in relationships, some of them are players. Like, in as much as you find gay flight attendants, you find a lot of players amongst flight attendants, because there's a lot of girls, there's a lot of us, and they fly with women almost all the time, so it's very difficult for them to remain what's the word, why is this word running away from me, for them to remain, it's gone, the word is not there, for them to be, I don't know guys, the word is just not coming. What's the word? Oh, fuck, it's not coming. Anyway, it's just difficult for them to be with one person at the same time, or for them to just be loyal. I think I wanted to say loyal, but I don't know why I can't say loyal. So they're very disloyal. So in as much as there are a lot of gay flight attendants, that is true, there are a lot of straight players. Some of them are married, some of them have families and children, so yeah. And the next assumptions is cabin crew hook up with pilots, cabin crew date pilots, cabin crew always hook up with pilots in the layovers. Yes, it is true. Crew do hook up with pilots. There are crew who are dating pilots. There are pilots who come onto the aircraft or come to work with the intention of actually just like finding someone. But not all of us. For me, I've been here, I've been flying, I've been in the aviation industry for almost 4 years now, and I've never been with the pilots, and I have no intentions of being with the pilots. So in as much as there are crew, quite a lot of them who are with flight deck crew or captains and first officers, but there are crew such like me who aren't really interested in that. And also guys, in my airline, I don't know in other airlines, but in my airline, the captains are not even that attractive. Like, they're old, like most, yeah, badala. So no, abelungu abadala, that I'm just like sorry. So most of them are over 40. So I don't think I would date a guy who's like over 40 just for the sake of him being a pilot. No offense to those people that are, like, if you're doing it and it's good for you, you do you, boo. But I'm just saying that this statement or this assumption isn't entirely true, because not all of us are into that kind of lifestyle, if I should say. The next assumption is we party a lot when we land. When we get to destinations, we party a lot. Depends. Well, this is for me now. That I'm speaking for myself. For other people, it may be the case. I remember when I started flying, I used to party a lot. I used to drink a lot. Also, I think it's also got to do with the fact that we spend so much time alone. You spend so much time in your room cooped up. You spend a lot of time in the hotel alone, and then I have to come back home and I have to be alone. So you need to go out and meet people so you don't go crazy, because you must understand that we miss home, we miss seeing our families, loved ones, people who are married, boyfriends, children. So there's a lot going on, so you need like a distraction. So that's why you find that flight attendants go out a lot, and we drink a lot, because we're really just trying to somewhat numb the pain of us not being home, or we just want to be around people, and I guess that helps. But I don't go out in every destination. Actually, I party more in Doha than I do outstation, because I don't know, guys, most of the time when you're outstation, there's like, you have to take trains to certain destinations, certain places, and for me, once it has to do with the train and taking the metro, no. The only train that I trust is the train from my country, which is a Gautrain train. It's clean, it's from Joburg, it's clean, it's okay. It's these trains that I've seen in these countries, no, not all of them, but for me, that's just how I feel. If I can take an Uber, if I can walk, I do. If there's a shuttle from the hotel, but once it has to do with taking a train, I think twice. I just don't like doing that. I don't like taking trains in foreign countries. It's just one of my things that I just hate doing. The next assumption is we have a glamorous lifestyle. Oh, I think this is just like the common assumption out of all assumptions. This is like a common assumption. It looks like it's a glamorous life because you're here today, you're there tomorrow, you're here today, you're there tomorrow. I had people who send me DMs who say, oh my god, you're living such a wonderful life, oh my god, and I'm like, baby girl, no, it's not what you think. You must remember, guys, that whoever, when we are, you on my Instagram or on my social media, you see what I want you to see. You don't see what it's actually like. I'm not saying it's a horrible job. It is a flexible job. That's what I love about it. It's never Monday to, it's not a stagnant job like Monday to Friday you're at work, same hours, working with the same people. No, it's a very flexible job. I can be off on Tuesday, I can be off on a Saturday, I can be off on a Sunday. We don't have a fixed schedule, and for me, I like that. It's fun, it's flexible, it's not the same thing again and again and again, so it looks kind of glamorous, but it's not. But because most of the time, before we get to Paris, before we get to New York, before we get to Italy, there's a lot of shit that we go through. Sorry for my language. We go through in the aircraft, people vomiting, medical cases, rude passengers, a lot of shit that goes down before we can get to the destination and have fun. And remember, I know that I sometimes get to a destination and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm in Paris, there's the Eiffel Tower. I literally just go to the Eiffel Tower, take a picture, take a few snaps, and go back to the hotel and sleep. Because I just want to take pictures or have pictures and say that, okay, I was there. But that's it. So how is that glamorous? You just go, you take pictures for the gram, and you go back and you sleep. Nobody knows that. But for a person who's sitting on the other side, it looks glamorous, but it's not. Trust me, it's not glamorous. The other one is we have the same routes. This is a commonly asked questions by passengers. For instance, if I'm landing from a place, they'll be like, oh, so this is the same route, so you're going back now? For instance, I'll just make an example, Melbourne. So is this the same route that you take, or you're going back to Melbourne now? No. It depends on the airline that you fly for. For instance, I fly for an airline in the Middle East, and we have over 160 destinations. So there's a lot of destinations to go to. So you don't do that. You may have the same flight every month. You may, like, some people are just lucky enough to have Melbourne. I don't know if I should say lucky or unlucky to go to Melbourne every month, but it doesn't mean that ukuthi that's the person's normal route. Like for me, I don't have one flight that I can say that I do all the time. I think the most flight that I've done is China in Canton. That's because that's where I buy hair, and that's Joburg, and then it's Cape Town. But all the other flights, Bangkok, I've also been to Bangkok quite a few times. So it's always just here and there, here and there. It's 160 destinations. It's a long, you know, it's a lot of places to go through. So we do not have the same routes, no. But also this depends on this kind of airline that you have, because I know for domestic airlines in my country, in South Africa, in Saudi, you can have the same route like Durban, Joburg, Cape Town, Durban, Joburg, Cape Town, Port Elizabeth and whatnot. But for us, because it is not a low-cost airline and it is not a domestic airline, it's an international airline, so it's impossible to have one route for everyone. So yeah. The next assumption is we are paid for boarding and disembarkation. Boarding meaning when the customers are coming in, and disembarkation when the customers disembark or leave the plane. No, we are not. Like for us, I know for some people are paid, I think when the doors close, as soon as the last door is closed, then you start getting paid. For us, it's even different. But we get paid when chocks off, chocks on. So my chocks are those things that so when an aircraft is parked, and then there's these chocks, I believe they put ngaphambili or ngemuva kwamatayara to kuyivimba. I don't know if that makes sense. So once those chocks are removed, chocks on, chocks off, so when they're removed, I get paid. When they're placed back on, I stop getting paid. So that's why during boarding, during disembarkation, when you come to me and I don't like this seat, my breast is painful, my arm is hurt, my husband died, my dog died, I don't really care, because I'm not getting paid for that. So next time you see a grumpy flight attendant, also guys, you must understand that you passengers, customers are always biting our heads off when when we are delayed, or when there's like something and you think we like to be there. We're stuck with you in that aircraft, we can't even leave, and on top of that we are not getting right. So who's in a sticky situation? Is it me or you? Think about it. You guys think for us we don't care when we are delayed and whatnot? First of all, we are delayed, and we are the ones that are at work, and we are the ones that are going to have to operate the flight, whether or not we're tired, and we are not getting paid. So next time, before you want to complain and be like, think about all this, think about this, think about it. Some food for thought. So we talk about passengers in the galley. Yeah, of course. We don't. It's not gossip as such. It's just when a person does something stupid, or when a person does something funny, or when a person is rude, or when a person is just dumb, because you do come across those dumb passengers who think they know everything. Then of course maybe we'll talk about, we'll say, hey, 3 Delta or 10 Delta is vomiting, or 10 Delta has had a lot of things, has had a lot to drink, or he's tipsy, or 15 Alpha is rude, or pay attention to 16 Fox, he looks angry, those type of things. But it's never like something personal unless you make it personal. But it's never something that's like really personal, where we talk about your hair, or we talk about your handbag, or we talk about whatever. We don't really care. We meet so many people, oh my god. So whenever we are talking about a passenger, it's only because maybe the passenger is rude, or the passenger is drinking a lot, or the passenger is sick, or the passenger just is nice. Sometimes, because you do find nice people, it's not always horrible people, you know what I mean? You do find some nice people. Let me drink. So yeah, it's not necessarily bad gossip. It can be okay gossip, or necessary gossip. Yeah, so it is an easy job. Yes, that is, I agree with that assumption. It is the most easiest job in the world, that I believe, because you're literally just heating up meals and serving them to customers. When I was working in economy, but now I work in first and business class, Yeah, so I'm a business class crew, not an economy crew as well. Economy is just big five. Woo, wow, guys, economy is an extreme sport. So when I was working in economy, it could be a little bit of a challenge sometimes, so solely because there's just so many people to deal with, there's just so much things to do, and you don't get to sit down because this one was that, this one was that, this one was that. But in business class, I feel like it's a bit easier because you're dealing with a lesser number of people, and their business class customers are somehow, somewhere, some way better than the ones in economy, because the economy is just wild. So in business class, they're more calm businessmen. First class, most of the time they don't even want to eat anything, they just are there for the comfort, they're not there for you or anything, they just want to be comfortable and get to the next destination in a comfortable way. Some of them sometimes you will fly in business class and you fly with people who are flying with us for the first time. My airline, we hold I think, I don't know how many times, but we've had best business class seats or best business class service or something, but it's just best business class nonsense. Not nonsense, we just have the title of best business class. So obviously when a person flies with us, they kind of like expect the best of the best. So for them, it is an experience. So it is an easy job because you're literally just heating meals and giving them to people. If you don't have something, it's a matter of opening your mouth and communicating this with the customer or passenger. You just tell them that, ma'am, I don't have chicken. It's not like we're 45,000 feet in the sky. It's not like I can just quickly go and say like, let me just go check at Emirates, or let me just go quickly run to Etihad next door and get you some chicken. No, we can't. We are not magicians. We don't make things appear. We just cabin crew. We are literally there to just give you the meals. We don't cook the meals, we don't make the meals, we don't load the meals. We are literally just there to take the meals from the cart, heat them and give them to you. Anything other than that, that's really not, it's not my business. I'm just here to give you meals. So I think it's easy. You do fly with people who try to make flying difficult or try to make it seem difficult. For me, I just give them the side eye and I'm just like, whatever, this is so easy, I'm not even going to try. And emotionally, physically, it can take its toll. It can be a bit hard in that sense because you're away from your family and stuff like that. But otherwise, in the job itself is quite easy. It comes with a lot of things that are hard, but in you're on its own. It's very easy. Another assumption that I got, apparently we are broke and the income is bad. Where would you get that from? Why would you say that? Okay guys, no, it's not true. Moving right along to the next question. It's not true, guys. We're not broke and we don't get no income. Trust. No, we're not the richest people on earth, but we're also not the poorest. So no, honey. So this one was a bit harsh. It says uneducated gold diggers and husband digging. Uneducated, I don't believe so, because I've flown with a lot of intelligent people. It is an assumption that for you to become a flight attendant, you just have to be tall and beautiful, which is also not true, because I've made short, fat people who are flight attendants. I've met a bunch of people, and I always just turn and I say, wow, you're a flight attendant also. So there's no such thing. So also this thing about uneducated gold diggers, there's so many people that I've flown with who've got engineer degrees. Some people were doctors before, some people were nurses. So I don't think it's a job where it's just unintelligent people. It's a job where you don't need to be intelligent to be able to do it successfully, but it doesn't mean that it's done by uneducated or amadanda-head or just stupid people. Though you don't require a lot of education or skills to be able to do this, as this is an easy job, but it doesn't mean that we are stupid and we are uneducated, because there's a lot of other shit that we have to deal with that an uneducated person wouldn't be able to do. So no. Gold diggers, I don't think you have to be a flight attendant to be a gold digger. You can work at ShopRite and be a gold digger. You can work at Sasol, you can work at a mine, you can be selling clothes, you can be an entrepreneur, whatever. You don't need to be a flight attendant to be a gold digger. Anybody, anywhere can be a gold digger. Men are gold diggers nowadays. So this is just it's just a bad stereotype. No, I don't agree with that. And husband digging, I don't know about other people. I already have a husband. It's not official yet, but I already have a husband, so I'm definitely not digging for a husband. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have a husband. There's so many people out there who are looking for husbands. So when flight attendants are looking for husbands, we can't be like scrutinized for that. We can't be judged for that, because there's a lot of people who are looking for husbands everywhere. People go to the club to look for husbands, people go to church to look for husbands, but nobody's calling them husband digging. So no. There are people who actually have found relationships, genuine relationships with pilots or cabin crew, and that's okay. I mean, it's natural. We spend a lot of time with each other, and the flight attendant life is not easy to understand. Like, a person who's not doing it may not understand it as well as a person who's actually flying and understands the type of lifestyle that we live. I'm fortunate enough to have someone who understands and who, you know, is going with the flow when it comes to this job, because it's not your normal job. So yeah, no. They say another assumption is that it's hard to maintain a relationship. It can be hard to maintain a relationship, but I just feel like if it's two people who know what they're doing, and if it's two people who want to be together, and it's two people who are on the same page, and it's two people who love each other, then it shouldn't be that hard. I don't think it should be. I'm in a relationship, and I'm here and I'm good. Like I say, as long as we're on the same page and we're both actually dating each other, because you might be dating someone and the person's not dating you. So as long as you guys are sure that your guys are dating each other, then I don't think it's a problem, honestly. It says good for someone who likes being alone. Yes, because you spend a lot of time alone. Essentially, you spend a lot of time alone. You are most of the time you're alone. I mean, I'm here today, I'm off and I'm alone the whole day. I just have the camera to talk to, but you spend a lot of time alone. That is true. So if you are a loner like I am, I do like having time for myself, I think, which is part of why I'd have a difficult time letting go of this job, because of the time I get to spend alone. I enjoy my time alone. I don't have a problem with it. If I don't want to be alone, then I go out, but essentially I love being alone and don't have a problem with being alone. So if you are a person who does not like being alone, a person who likes being around people, you might have a hard time adjusting. Not that you wouldn't be able to adjust, but you might have a hard time adjusting. But then that means you'll have to go out all the time. When we get to hotels, you'll have to go out. And because it's funny with cabin crew, when we are recruited, we say, oh, I love traveling, I love meeting new people, I love learning about new cultures. But when we get to a destination, if you're going there for the first time, the first thing that I do is I do not disturb and I sleep the whole time. So where is this meeting people and knowing about people's cultures? It's just a myth, really. Well, this is for me. Some people do go out, but I'm not interested. We are always annoyed by passengers. Not really. Remember, we are human at the end of the day, and we're dealing with plus minus 300 people at the same time, and this one has complaints, this one's saying this, so it can be a bit overwhelming. Not that we are annoyed, but there are people who annoy you. There are passengers who are annoying, like passengers obviously who don't want to follow safety, because you must understand that at the end of the day, I'm here to do a job, and I'm here to make sure that the job is done. Whether or not you like it, or whether or not you feel comfortable with it, you are in my aircraft, you're in my airline, so you do as I tell you. If you don't want to do it, then just buy a private jet and do whatever you want. But until you can afford one, you're gonna have to abide by the rules and listen, you know what I mean? But Passengers always feel like it's a personal agenda when you ask them to fasten the seatbelts or put the tray, store the tray tables, put the seat back upright, or put the bag underneath the seat in front of you. They just always want to do their own kind of nonsense. So obviously that's when you can be annoyed with the passenger, or when you run out of chicken and the person is just insisting and saying, I want chicken, I want chicken, why don't you have, oh my god, don't you eat chicken at home? Like, I don't understand why people get so angry for the fact that there's no more chicken. There's no more chicken, eat something else. And if you don't want to eat something else, wait until you land and go have chicken. It's as simple as that. So obviously those are the kind of passengers that are annoying, but otherwise I don't think I get annoyed with passengers unless they annoy me. They say we spend a lot of money on coffee. I do know people who don't drink coffee. I recently started taking a lot of coffee since I joined, because I feel like, I don't know, yeah, I just started drinking a lot of coffee ever since I came here, because you try and be awake. Sometimes you're doing a 16-hour flight or 10-hour flight with no rest, so you need something to kickstart or something to just maintain your energy throughout the flight, because you are dealing with people and you are a flight attendant and you are expected to behave in a certain way. So yeah, it can be a bit so, but for me, I buy my in. I don't think I spend a lot of money, because I have this coffee with hazelnut that I like. It's from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. It's not expensive. It's a sachet. It's a 3-in-1. It comes ready made. You just pour it in the glass and put some hot water and you're good to go. And that coffee is not expensive. So I wouldn't say I drink a lot of coffee, but I wouldn't say I spend a lot. So yeah. It says we never keep in contact with crew that we fly with. Yeah, I have so many people that I meet. I'm like, hey girl, how you going? Let's exchange numbers, we'll meet up. Till today we've never met up. Sometimes there are people that I've taken numbers and I've never even ever called them. So yeah, it can be a little bit tricky. We can do that sometimes, but essentially it's just like, it's no hard feelings, guys, because we all know how tiring the job is and how hard we work. So yeah, it's okay. We judge the passengers when they are boarding. No, we don't judge them. The word judging is wrong, but we profile them. During boarding, you're already like saying, hi ma'am, how are you, welcome on board. Hi, how are you, welcome on board. You can go straight to the right. Hi, welcome on board. Hi, welcome on board. So some of them you're like, hey, how are you, welcome on board, and they just look at you and then they just, and it's like, okay, then baby bamba, don't ask me for anything, because I was nice to you and I said, hey, how are you, welcome on board, this is your seat, hi, welcome on board, and you just looked at me and you didn't say anything to me. And then during the flight you're gonna ask something from me. Fuck you, no, don't ask anything from me, because I try to be nice to you and you were not nice to me. But we're also profiling customers. We're looking for passengers, customers who could possibly be unruly during the flight. We don't want to take you with us. We're looking for people who might be sick or look sick or are pale or are drunk. We don't want to take drunk, sick people with us on the flight, because at the end of the day, when we are 15,000 feet, 30,000 feet, 40,000 feet up in the sky, we are our only we can only depend on ourselves. And you must remember, we've got first aid training. We're not doctors, we're not nurses, we just have first aid training, and it's very difficult to deal with the situation where a person is dying or a person has a heart attack. I might freeze myself. So if I would rather save myself and leave you on ground than for me to take you up with us and then you give us problems later on, then we have to divert. There'll be just a lot of, we always have to remind ourselves of where we are. We always have to like think and say, where am I? Yes, that is very much true. I always have to stop for a second and say, where am I going, what day of the week is it, which date is it, which year is it? I always find myself, I have to always stop and think, where am I? When I wake up in the hotel, when I was sleeping after if I had a deep sleep, when I wake up I'll open my eyes and I'll look around and be like, yes, okay, I can see that I'm in a hotel, but which country am I in? We never know. I never know which day of the week it is, sorry. I just never know. Sometimes it's so bad that sometimes even in the flight, as we're going on the destination, I have to stop and think, where am I going? I never know. So it's very bad. when passengers want to use a lavatory during the service. This is the most annoying thing a cabin crew can ever go through, or a cabin crew should even ever go through. It's so fucking annoying. I can't even, guys. If it's a narrow body aircraft, meaning it's single aisled and there's no space, there's 3 people who want to get up and go into the bathroom, there is 3 cards in the cabin when we're all during the service. Now you must understand that at the end of the day, I have a job to carry out, and I'm just here. I want to do my job. I'm not here to entertain you because you're going forward with the card and going backwards. And this is what passengers don't understand. I don't know if passengers can be like, passengers can be a little I don't want to use the word stupid, let me use the word ignorant. Sometimes passengers can be a bit cuckoo sometimes, because you can see that I don't have space. How do you expect me to make space for you? And they're standing behind you, breathing down your neck and expecting you to do something. What the fuck must I do? You know, so that's what I'm saying. Passengers can be a bit weird. It's the most annoying thing ever. If you do it, stop it. Stop it. Okay, the next assumption is we are nice, caring people who care about the passenger's safety. Yes, we are nice people. We are caring people to some extent, just like every other human being. We also have limits, in as much as we are at work and we are paid to be nice. Yes, we can be, but at the end of the day, let's not forget that we are human. And safety, yes, I do care about safety, and the reason I do care about my customers' safety, but most importantly, I'm also in that aircraft, so I care about that safety, because I've got loved ones to come back to. So more is the reason why we care about safety is not even for the passengers, but it's more for ourselves, because we are also in that aircraft and we don't want to die. So yeah, we do care. And we don't like it when people are staring at us and people are taking pictures of us. Yeah, the people like to stare. I don't really care, because people stare. Sometimes if you're in the airport, it's actually quite cute when you find like this little girl looking at us, sort of like and admiring us. But I always say that in as much as kids can look at us in the uniform and admire us and be like, oh my god, I always say to kids, do not become a flight attendant. I wouldn't allow my child to become a flight attendant. Yeah, I've got my reasons. I wouldn't encourage anyone to encourage their children to be flight attendants. If your child is really fascinated by the aviation industry, or your child like really wants to be in the aviation industry, I'd say invest in getting that child into a pilot school. Tell your child to work really hard in high school so that they can get themselves into a pilot school. It's better to be a captain or a first officer than to be a cabin crew. I don't discourage anybody who wants to do it. I wouldn't discourage anybody who comes to me for advice about this, but I also wouldn't encourage my loved ones or anyone who would actually just ask me and ask for like my honest opinion. I wouldn't advise you to allow your daughters to be flight attendants. No. And people always like taking pictures of us. I don't like it, because first of all, you can ask to take a picture of me, but second of all, even if you ask me, I'm not comfortable in being on some random person's phone, because I don't know you. I'm gonna never even see you again. Now I'm on your phone. I'm just not comfortable with that. But most of the time, passengers don't even like ask for your permission. They'll just take the picture, and then you're like, okay, but and you can't even ask them to delete it. So, but I think that's just like invading someone's privacy. If you're just gonna like take a picture without me noticing, that's so unfair. But passengers do it, and I've just learned to like turn the other way. What can I do? And last but not least, this is the last assumption I got. It says that our suitcases are never fully unpacked. Yes, my suitcase is never fully unpacked. Even right there, right now, it's got clothes from my previous destination. I always keep like sneakers, pajamas, a pair of undies, a bra, and some other makeup essentials in my bag, so that if I'm going to like a place in, for instance, if I'm going to India I'm not planning to go out. There's nothing I want to do in India. I'm not going out in India, so I'll keep my bag as it is. And for India, I just need my card because I'm gonna eat. I need pajamas, I need my iPad, I need a charger, I need my phone, I need makeup, and I just need like a dress just in case maybe I want to go downstairs to do something. But I've been to India a number of times and I've never stepped out of the hotel, and I never will. So places like that, when you go to places like that, so you just pack your stuff and you just get comfortable. As long as my iPad is there or my laptop is there, I'm good to go, honey. So yeah guys, these are all the assumptions that I filmed about flight attendants. I hope it gave you a little bit of more insight when it comes to flight attendants, and I hope you will stop assuming things that aren't true about us. I know there's a whole lot more assumptions that people have about flight attendants, but these are the ones that I got a hold of or was able to get. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Oh guys, so, and for those of you who are interested in becoming flight attendants, before I wrap this video up, I'll just give you a tip. If you're going to be a flight attendant and if you're going to go for an open day, I know Qatar Airways always has open days in South Africa every 3 months, if I'm not mistaken. I think last time I checked it was at Radisson Blue in Sandton. There's 2 Radisson Blues, not the one next to the Gautrain station, the other one, but I'm not sure if that's still the case. However, if you are interested in a career, rather than to ask people to tell you information, it's good that you Google and you find out more about it's always nice to find out more about the career that you're trying to go in, to read about it. There's so many articles online about being a flight attendant, how to be successful, but it always starts with how you look. Remember, when you think of a flight attendant, even when we were young, when we thought of flight attendants or cabin crew, we thought of these tall, gorgeous ladies with nice makeup, well groomed and everything. Essentially, that's what you must do when you're going for an interview or you're going for an open day to become a flight attendant. Be well groomed, smell nice, don't go there with big hair, don't care, have nice hair, you know, like pin it down, like, you know, have a nice ponytail, have a nice shirt, nice clean, nothing too busy. That simplicity is what recruiters are looking for. They're looking for a simple, confident, approachable young individual. I'm not gonna say young girl because there are guys as well. Young individual. So a professional one. They will train you into becoming how they want you to become, because you're an ambassador for that company. Not like this, you're an ambassador, that's it, ne? So when you go for the interview, go there, don't be cocky, be confident, be approachable, engage with other people, because what you don't know is, even when you don't notice, but they're always watching you, watching whether or not you're engaging with other people and whatnot. Because remember, when you're going to be a flight attendant, you're expected to talk to people. The company wants to trust you enough to be able to represent them well to customers, because remember, it's a business, right? They're trying to get people to come back, so they will give you a certain training, but then they need to trust you to be able to relay the information or to represent them in a way that they want to be represented. So obviously you have to be a talker, don't talk too much. Also, I've seen a lot of people who make this mistake when they're going for open days for Qatar, Emirates, Etihad, whatever. When you go there wearing uniform, wearing another company's uniform, it's a conflict of interest. So you must understand that these airlines are looking for you to come and work for them. So that you're giving away that you're not trustworthy. You jump from one job to another. If you're coming for another job interview wearing another company's uniform, that doesn't give it doesn't send the right message. I understand that you want to show them that you're already doing this job and you know it, but no, that's not how it's coming off to them. You're coming off as an untrustworthy human being who even has the audacity to go to another company's interview wearing, and you see what I hope you guys are understanding this the way that I'm trying to get it to you. So yeah, clean up, look nice, smell fresh, don't overdo it. I see people who go to interviews, especially the girls, wearing pants, wearing clothes that are too tight. Don't wear something that's too tight. Don't wear something that's short. Even if you're short, people always ask me, I know I'm all over the place, guys. People always ask me, I'm this height, will they take me? Or I'm this, I'm that. And I always say, I'm not going to tell you what they take and what they don't take. I'm not a recruiter, but all I know is that I've been working for this company for 4 years now, or almost 4 years, and I know exactly what they're looking for. And if I was a recruiter for this specific company, I would look for an individual who looks approachable, who's happy, who has a nice bright red lipstick, nice clothes, simple white shirt, simple black skirts, nice stockings, nice shoes, very well, very well groomed, speaks. When you speak up, you must be confident in what you say. You must, even if you're saying the wrong thing, be confident in what you're saying, and you won't go wrong. Also, you can go online. Like I said, I know Qatar is always comes to Joburg or South Africa every 3 months, so watch out for that. Follow Qatar Airways on Instagram. Emirates, same thing. Follow them on Facebook. Read about them. Register online. I know with Qatar you can just walk in with your CV, but with Emirates you have to be invited. So go take pictures, take damn good looking pictures, invest in that shit because it's gonna help you. Take good pictures, have a nice CV, and remember to be confident. Smile, don't be cocky, be confident. It's very important for you to be confident because they're looking for a confident individual who's going to represent their company. Whatever. So yeah, guys, I hope that was not a mouthful. I hope that information was helpful. If you guys have any more questions, you can drop down in the comment section below. What the fuck? You can drop them in the comment section below. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah.